Angela Rader, 14, and Tammy Akers, 14, were dropped off at their junior high school in February of 1977. However, the girls did not attend class that day and were last seen hitchhiking later in the city. That was the last sighting of the girls. Because Angela and Tammy had run away together many times before, investigators did not take their disappearance seriously. Before their disappearance, Tammy had become friends with an adult male. Tammy and Angela also began working for him. Tammy's mother noted that her daughter spent a lot of time at this man and his wife's home, and many believe he had something to do with their disappearance. Their case remains unsolved. Angela and Tammy were dropped off in front of their Roanoke Junior High School on February 7, 1977 by a relative of one of the girls. Neither girl attended class that day and would later be seen hitchhiking in the city. How long it took for the girls to be reported missing is not known, but when they are reported missing, investigators do not take it seriously because Angela and Tammy had run away together many times before. There was no trace of the girls, and then several months later, one of their mothers would receive a call from someone saying it was her daughter and that they were okay. Investigators would also get a tip that Tammy and Angela were seen at a grocery store a month after they vanished, but that sighting was never confirmed. Both girls' mothers did tell investigators about a man that Tammy and Angela had been working for. He was a friend of their families. His name was Earl Bramblebelt, and Tammy's mother said it didn't seem like he had any adult friends, and he only hung out with children. Tammy's mother also told investigators that Tammy had been spending a lot of time with Earl and his wife at their home. In 1980, Earl reportedly told a friend at a party that he wished that he did not, quote, hurt Tammy, end quote, back in 1977. 7 years after their disappearance, in 1984, Earl would be arrested and charged with molesting a 10-year-old girl, but would be acquitted. 10 years later, in 1994, Earl would be convicted of murdering a Virginia family of 4, Blaine and Teresa Hodges, and their 2 children. At this time of the murder, Earl had been living with the family. A jailhouse informant would be the one that would tell investigators that Earl told them that he killed the Hodges family because he had been caught molesting one of their children. This informant would recant his statement, but Earl was executed in April of 2003, maintaining his innocence. 8 months later, after Earl was sent to death row, investigators did go and dig up the yard of the house that he had been living at when Tammy and Angela disappeared. They found nothing in the yard, and they wanted to search the basement and rule it out as well, but the new owners refused the search of the inside of their home. So they've never been able to officially rule out that Tammy and Angela's remains are not in that basement. It has been noted that Earl has an online group of supporters who believe that he was wrongly accused in the Hodges murder and that he had nothing to do with Tammy and Angela's disappearance, and say they just ran away on their own voluntarily. Earl always claimed that he was innocent in Tammy and Angela's disappearance and said that when he made the statement about hurting Tammy, he was drunk and it was misinterpreted and taken out of context. He told investigators he believed that Tammy died in a bonfire in Central Florida in 1980 and that the police knew about it and covered it up. But there's no evidence to support this theory. Investigators have never officially charged Earl in connection with the girl's disappearance, and Angela's mother has since passed away. Angela's mother always believed that Angela was alive out there somewhere, but Tammy's family believes that they are deceased and Earl is responsible. At the time of their disappearance, Angela was 14, 5'2", and 100 pounds, described as a Caucasian female with brown hair and blue eyes, and has a protruding left eye. We do not have a description of what she was wearing when she was last seen. Tammy was 14 years old, 5'4", 82 pounds, and was described as a Caucasian female with red hair and blue eyes. She has a protruding navel and a black colored mark on her cheek, and her earlobes are scarred. She was last seen wearing a green short sleeve sweater, jeans, suede shoes, and a suede jacket. Investigators are asking if you have any information in Tammy and Angela's case to please contact the Roanoke City Police Department at 540-853-5305. Thank you for taking the time to get to know Angela and Tammy today, and don't forget, when you see those missing and murder posts on social media, hit share, because every time we share a face, we do get closer to solving a case, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for another day in Virginia.